Hello, my retards. Are you ready for the final part of my response to Patrick John Coleman? You should be, because there's been a lot of anticipation over these last few videos, okay? So here we go. We're gonna start. This is around 50 minutes. I don't remember. 55? I don't fucking know. So, we open with a remark by Patrick saying, "You know how Terrence McKenna gets away with this shit?" Well, you're not Terrence McKenna, bitch. And Terrence McKenna didn't do the same things as you. I don't think Terrence McKenna was ever locked up for criminal insanity or had a history of stalking and domestic abuse or anything like that, you know, so that might be another reason he was able to get away with it, but what do I know? Next, I want to say, Wiley, do you have a crush on me, dude? Why do you keep talking sexually about me? You're fucking gross. I would rather cut my dick off than sleep with you, okay? So you could just drop it, you nasty bitch. And I want to say at this point in your video, we're pretty far into it, close to the end. Patrick, your argument has totally failed on every measure. Just total failure. You haven't succeeded in turning the tables on not one single thing, okay? The best thing you've come up with is that you're a performance artist, okay? But there is evidence contrary to the fact, such as your history of criminal insanity. So the performance artist thing, I don't think that's gonna stick, you know? But that's the best you've been able to come up with so far, so I guess that's good job on that, retard. Now Wiley says he's gonna come and kick my ass. He starts getting really riled up here about me. He was just totally talking about how much he wants to suck my dick and everything, even though he's totally heterosexual. And then as soon as Patrick plays my video, Wiley starts getting super pissy and he says he's gonna kick my ass. Well, bitch, I live in Texas and I own a gun, so I welcome you to try, okay? Okay, you fucking pussycat? I'll be waiting. You know how many people have threatened to hurt me and kill me before? I mean, you're not the first, and I know you won't be the last. Here's the thing, I'm not afraid of you, alright? And I hope that you get that through to your head. I don't give a fuck about you, Wiley. Except for how annoying you are. That kind of sticks in my head. Then you call me Jerry Springer. Well, thanks for the compliment, buddy. And also, you need to take it down a notch, Wiley, because honestly, you seem pretty cranked up here. And you don't even know me, so it's weird that you get so cranked up over a guy you've never interacted with one time. So then Wiley calls me an idiot, and Patrick says I'll learn. Well, come and teach me, Uncle Patrick. Teach me, okay? I'm gonna learn. You're gonna learn. I told you there's surprises in store for you. Not that I'll say what they are, but I will say the fact that you just made an hour and 14-minute long video wherein you and your crazed friend who looks like an ex-felon both threatened me repeatedly with a knife, visibly, with fire. Also, at some point, your good buddy there mentions that he has machetes and a Glock and he's not afraid to use them on me. I mean, I think the Chicago police are going to love to know that a mental patient is putting videos like this on the internet, and I want you to know that I plan on calling them, okay? You're in deep shit, buddy. You just threatened me and Ron on the internet repeatedly. Isn't this what you did to Patrick Butterfield's mother? Isn't this how you got locked up the first time? You learned nothing! The situation has repeated itself, except now there's a dead body. So, you didn't learn shit, did you? You're really just gonna threaten my life in a video. Wow. And then you're gonna say you're not threatening me. You just want to mention the Glocks and the machetes and flash that knife around and let me know bad things are gonna happen to me. But no, it's not a threat. Let's see if the judge buys your story, bitch. What's next? Oh, you just realized that your calls are getting recorded. Are you starting to get it? You starting to get it, buddy? Why did you call Ron and tell him all of this dirt? I mean, that's how we know you hit Vitaly. It's because you called Ron and we caught the whole thing on video. How do you not know it? All this time you've been under attack, you had no idea that it's because people know the things that you said that you thought were private? Wow. Wow, buddy. You are an idiot. Really stupid. But I hope you understand the point that you've said a lot of things that you probably wish people hadn't heard. But we heard them. And there's no going back. Alright, what's next? You said that when you channeled Vitaly, it was grief. You were in a moment of great grief. You know what? People don't handle grief that way. You made a fucking mockery of his dead body. In the hours after his death, you were channeling him and merging with his spirit. You want to tell me that's grief? I think it's insanity. I think it's sociopathy. I think it's predatory in nature. I think you claiming ownership of his soul is one of the most evil things a human being could possibly do, especially considering that he was supposedly your lover. So, you're really twisted and evil, Patrick, and I think you know it. And I don't have to yell at you when I say this, because there's no need for me to try to get through to you. You're just twisted and evil, and you have no remorse, and you don't care about human life. It means nothing to you. Nothing at all. Except for your own life, of course. Now let's see here. Patrick says I'm a guy he might kind of want to fuck. Patrick, I definitely don't want to fuck you, so just get that thought out of your mind, okay? And by the way, Wiley constantly making the masturbating hand signals when they're talking about me. I'm gonna fucking vomit. You know, I feel like I need some pussy. I feel really straight right now. And I've never felt that way in my life, but I think that these two faggots are turning me gay. I mean, turning me straight. Sorry, Freudian slip. I don't want you guys to know I'm secretly straight. Alright, what's next? Oh, the vandalism. I've been meaning to bring this up. You keep talking about the vandalism and the dead animal that was found on the floor of your apartment. Patrick, did you file a police report about this? You could call the police or anything, or get any kind of documented evidence that this really happened, right? Isn't your landlord a police officer? Did you tell your police officer landlord that someone broke into your house and left a dead animal and shit? Did you do that, Patrick? And your landlord police officer, did he call the police and file a report? Because surely that's what he would have done, being an ex-police officer, right? So, is there a police report, Patrick, for us to believe that this vandalism ever happened? Because I have this really, really stinking feeling that it didn't. But, let's continue. I wrote here, shut up, Wiley, no one gives a shit about you. You're a prop. And then I wrote, Patrick, are you really going to lecture me on the danger of my videos? You have videos telling people that committing suicide is the same as hitting the reset button. You have videos merging with the fucking souls of people who you just found out were dead hours ago. And you're going to lecture me on the dangers of my videos? How about this, Patrick? I don't need to give you a lecture. I just have 2 words for you, okay? Fuck yourself. And I guess that's actually 3 words. What's next? Magical Dan? Magical Dan? I'm so scared of Magical Dan. You know what? On the astral plane right now, I'm taking a shit in Magical Dan's mouth, okay? Magic Dan the shaman, I'm shitting in your fucking mouth. Alright? And if you're a real person, maybe you should fucking die. Okay? I hate you, I hate you, Magic Dan. You're a douche. If you're even real. And if you are real, then I'm shitting in your mouth. Okay? Now, I just have to say, bringing up Magical Dan, who Patrick and Wiley talk about, their friend Magic Dan the shaman, who's gonna get me, he's gonna like make my hair fall out, he's gonna have wires coming out of me after he's done with me. Are you physically threatening me? Are you saying Magic Dan is gonna physically hurt me? Is that what you're saying, Wiley? When you say I'm gonna have wires sticking out of my head? Are you fucking threatening me? First, in this video, you claim to have evidence that has apparently been withheld from the police regarding Vitaly's suicide. Which, by the way, is interesting. You've been friends with Patrick all this time. You claim to have corresponded with Vitaly in the hours before his death. And yet, a month ago, I remember Patrick claiming that Vitaly was murdered. Or worse, that he was replaced with a fucking clone. Okay? So, Wiley, why didn't you tell Patrick this information, which you're currently withholding from the police then? Why? Do you think all our memory is as short as yours because you two are junkies? You think that we all have junkie memory? Because we don't. Okay? Alright. You lecturing us on mental instability is fucking hilarious, you purple-haired, brown-fingered gay shaman. Alright, what's next? Going on about your death threats? Okay. I get death threats too, bitch. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. Alright? Because none of them are credible. Including, I'm sure, the ones that you get. Because why don't you show us these death threats? Let us judge for ourselves if it's credible, okay? Why don't you just show us these death threats, if they even fucking exist? And then I have another question for you. Patrick, do you think this appeal to me is working? Do you think lying, threatening me, then kissing my ass, and then threatening me again, and then lying some more. Do you think that this is like a pattern that's going to work on my brain? You think that I'm going to back down because of this shit? If anything, I mean, you just fucking threatened to kill me on video numerous times with your crazy buddy who looks like he may have a criminal record. And that's evidence against you, buddy. And I told you I'm calling the police. So you're probably going to hear from them, okay? Because you do have a history of threatening to kill people on the internet, right? And that's how you got locked up the first time, right? So I think you might have just fucked yourself right in your disgusting, distended asshole, dumbass. All right, let's continue. You're bashing my amount of followers. You say I'll have more followers on Chatterbait. Why don't you just go take a look at your fucking views and your ratings, bitch? You may have more subscribers, but you can thank the drunken peasants for that. Why don't you just look at your fucking watch times on your video? Look at the amount of dislikes compared to likes. Look at the low amount of views on almost every single video you have that doesn't mention me, Ron, or fucking Vitaly. I mean, give me a break. You're a fucking loser. You're gonna bash me. Kiss my ass. You know how many of my followers came from you? You know how many people came over to me when they realized that I was telling the truth about you the whole time? How many people who used to trust you and now they see the truth because of me? So you want to bash my followers? Go fuck yourself again. Wiley, you're really ugly. I wrote that. Okay, now you're talking about the law of attraction. Well, guess what? You're a fucking hypocrite about the law of attraction, okay? Because all this darkness that's being brought onto you, you're the one that's attracting it. With all the outrageous things that you put out into the universe, the allegations you make, the lies you tell, the way you try to manipulate people and play games. It's a lot of darkness being put in the universe, and now you have this tidal wave of darkness. You know what? Poetic justice, we'll call it. That's washing over you. But that's not because of the law of attraction. No, that's because of demons. Demons are trying to get you. It can't possibly be because your own fucking bullshit is true. Nope. You don't even believe your own bullshit, do you, Patrick? Because if you did, you would know that you deserve this. Also, you want to lecture us about the basic laws of the universe. You don't even understand the basic laws of physics, alright? So, just save it. And you tell me this video is a friendly warning. Well, why don't you take your friendly warning and shove it up your asshole? And you know what? But at this point, you're getting a lot of things shoving up your asshole, okay? And probably it's getting pretty cramped up there. And I'm sure Wiley's is probably aching from that knife I told him to shove up his ass. And by the way, Wiley, this is the point in the video where you threaten me with machetes and guns. I just want you to know, this video has been downloaded and saved, and it's going to be mirrored, so whether you take this off the internet or not, your threats against my life will be reported to the police, and there is documented video evidence to back it up. Oops! Look what happens when you hang out with Patrick Coleman. You're definitely breaking the law. I think I get my lawyer friend, C.W. Chanter, to chime in on this tomorrow. And by the way, Dan the Shaman. Should the police contact Dan the Shaman as well, since you are threatening to have him hurt me to the point where I have wires coming out of my head? Maybe the police want to get in contact with Dan the Shaman. I don't know. I'll call them and ask if maybe he would be a person of interest to them. Alright? So again, you keep saying it's over. It's not over. I'm calling the police on you. And I think it's disgusting that you're trying to bring Patrick Butterfield back into this whole fucking scenario nightmare. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get him to come back to you. As soon as you found out he's still out there, your fucking eyes lit up. And now you want to get him back to demonstrate your power. Oh my god, I know you so well, don't I, Patrick? I just can look right into your soul and I can see everything. And it's a blessing and it's a curse. Okay? What else? Pulling out all your tricks for this video. Nothing's working. You want to do something new? Well, maybe you can learn a new talent when you're locked up. Because you're done. Alright? You're fucking finished. Again, Magic Dan the Shaman can eat my shit. And, Wiley, did you really say tremtrails? It's chemtrails. Holy shit, you are fucking trashed. You are drunk off of your ass. A spiritual leader, everyone. That's Wiley for you. He's a real shaman. And then he starts jacking off a knife. That's cool. Wiley's jacking off a knife while Patrick talks about me. I want you both to know that you can kiss my ass, and you are withholding evidence from the police, according to Wiley in this very video, which they will definitely be watching. And you've also made numerous threats against my well-being, including to have wires come out of my head. You say I'm better than all this? Well, you're worse. You're even worse than I've revealed. I just have this feeling. But that will all be unearthed. As I mentioned, the pot is boiling and things will surface. Okay, Patrick? So thank you for illegally threatening to hurt me. And thank you, Wiley, for revealing that you are illegally withholding evidence from the police. I thank you both so much. Patrick, as I said, you are your own worst enemy. You keep hurting yourself. All I'm doing is observing and commenting, okay? So thanks, guys, for breaking the law. Thanks for proving that you're criminally insane. And, we'll be in touch.